Embark on a journey through time as we unravel the riveting tale of Lü Buwei, a merchant-turned-political strategist whose ambitions set the stage for an epic saga. From his early days amassing wealth through savvy trade to his audacious gamble in backing a future king, Lü Buwei's story is a testament to the power of cunning and ambition. Witness the rise and fall of a man who dared to manipulate the course of history, only to find himself ensnared by the very web he wove. Join us as we delve into the life of a figure whose legacy is as complex as it is fascinating. Lü Buwei, a descendant of Jiang Ziya and the 23rd generation, was a prominent merchant from Weiguo Puyang, belonging to the Jiang surname and Yu family. He made his fortune through trade, buying low and selling high as a middleman, quickly amassing a wealth of 1,000 gold pieces. In 267 BC, the prince mourning passed away in Wei state and was transported back for burial in Zhiya. By 265 BC, his second son, An Guojun, was appointed as the crown prince. An Guojun had over 20 sons. He had a favored concubine whom he made his chief wife, known as Lady Huayang, though she had no sons. Among his sons, Zichu, born to Xiaji, who was not favored, was sent as a hostage to Zhao state. Due to Qin's repeated attacks on Zhao, Zichu was treated poorly there. As a grandson of the king of Qin and living in Zhao as a hostage, Zichu's lifestyle was far from affluent, marked by hardship and discomfort. Lü Buwei, during his business trip to Handan, encountered Zichu and took a great liking to him, considering him as a valuable commodity that could be hoarded and sold at a high price later. Upon returning home, Lü Buwei discussed with his father the profits of farming, trading in pearls and jewels, and the potential gains from establishing a monarch, to which his father responded that the latter could yield limitless profits. Lü Buwei, expressing dissatisfaction with the modest living farming provided, decided to pursue the ambitious venture of supporting a nation's establishment, showcasing his quintessential merchant mindset. He then visited Zichu to conspire on significant state matters, setting the stage for an ambitious political maneuver. Lü Buwei successfully persuaded Zichu by promising to enhance his family's status, to which Zichu initially responded skeptically, suggesting Lü Buwei first improve his own status. Lü Buwei cleverly countered that his own status could only be elevated by first elevating Zichu, understanding the intertwined fate of their fortunes. Convinced by Lü Buwei's argument, Zichu engaged in a deep conversation with him. Lü Buwei laid out the situation to Zichu: the aging king of Qin, the appointment of An Guojun as the crown prince, and the favoritism towards Lady Huayang, who lacked a son and thus presented a unique opportunity for Zichu despite his many brothers and his middle-ranking status. Highlighting Zichu's disadvantaged position as a hostage in Zhao and his inability to compete for the crown prince's position against his more favored brothers, Lü Buwei proposed a plan. Lü Buwei offered to use his resources, though not abundant, to support Zichu, pledging 1,000 gold for the cause. This would involve traveling to Qin to serve An Guojun and Lady Huayang, convincing them to designate Zichu as the crown prince. Grateful, Zichu vowed to share the lands of Qin with Lü Buwei if the plan succeeded. Taking action, Lü Buwei gave Zichu 500 gold for daily expenses and networking and used another 500 gold to purchase gifts to persuade the Qin court. He first visited Lady Huayang's siblings, offering gifts and praising Zichu's merits, intelligence, and widespread connections among the nobility, emphasizing Zichu's filial piety towards Lady Huayang and his longing for her and the crown prince. Lady Huayang was delighted by these efforts. Seizing the opportunity, Lü Buwei had her sister convey a message to Lady Huayang, highlighting the transient nature of beauty and favor and the strategic importance of supporting a talented and filial figure like Zichu as a successor. This would ensure her continued respect and power within Qin, both during the crown prince's reign and beyond. This persuasive strategy played on fears of losing favor and highlighted the potential long-term benefits of securing a loyal and capable successor, appealing to Lady Huayang's desire for lasting influence and respect in the Qin dynasty. Lady Huayang, after hearing the advice, took the opportunity to speak to An Guojun when the time was right. She subtly mentioned Zichu's talents and the praise he received from others while being a hostage in Zhao state. She then tearfully expressed her regret at not having a son and her wish to appoint Zichu as the successor, to ensure she had support in the future. An Guojun agreed and, together with Lady Huayang, decided to designate Zichu as the heir, marking the decision with a jade token. They both sent numerous gifts to Zichu and requested Lü Buwei to be his tutor, which significantly boosted Zichu's reputation among the feudal lords. Lü Buwei lived with a beautiful and talented dancer from Handa. During a drinking session with Zichu, the latter expressed his fondness for the woman and requested Lü Buwei to grant her to him. Initially angered, Lü Buwei reconsidered, recognizing the significant investment he had made in Zichu as part of his long-term strategy. He then offered the woman to Zichu, who later bore him a son named Zheng, whom Zichu made his lady. In 257 BC, when Wang Yi besieged Handan, the situation became dire, and Zhao state considered killing Zichu. Zichu and Lü Buwei conspired, using 600 jin of gold to bribe the city's officials, allowing Zichu to escape and flee to the Qin army's camp, eventually returning safely to his country. Zhao state also sought to kill Zichu's wife and son. However, because Zichu's wife came from a wealthy family in Zhao state, they managed to hide, thus saving both mother and child. In 251 BC, King Zhao of Qin passed away, and his son, An Guojun, ascended the throne, with Lady Huayang becoming the queen and Zichu being appointed as the crown prince. The state of Zhao also escorted Zichu's wife and son, Zhao Zheng, back to Qin. After observing a year of mourning, An Guojun, who was crowned for only 3 days, suddenly fell ill and died, posthumously known as King Wenhua. Then succeeded the throne as King Zhuangxiang of Qin. King Zhuangxiang honored Lady Huayang as Empress Huayang and his biological mother, Xiaji, as Empress Dowager Xia. In 249 BC, Lü Buwei was appointed as the prime minister and ennobled as Marquis Wenxin, with 10,000 households in Henan Luoyang as his fief. 3 years into his reign, King Zhuangxiang died, and his son Zhao Zheng succeeded him as king, honoring Lü Buwei as Xiangbang and referring to him as Zhongfu. With the young king on the throne, the queen dowager often consorted with Lü Buwei, who had thousands of servants in his household. At that time, there were notable figures like Xin Lingjun of Wei, Chunshenzhun of Chu, Pingyuanjun of Zhao, and Mengchangjun of Qi, known as the Gifor lords, who were famous for their patronage of scholars and talents, competing in their generosity and influence. Believing that Qin's strength and his position as prime minister and the king's uncle should not be overshadowed, Lü Buwei also attracted scholars and literati, offering them generous treatment, with as many as 3,000 retainers under him. In an era where many states had eloquent and persuasive scholars like Xunqing, who wrote books and established doctrines that spread widely, Lü Buwei ordered his retainers to compile their observations and knowledge into a work consisting of 8 views, 6 treatises, 12 chronicles, totaling over 200,000 words, which he believed covered the principles of all things from the past to the present, thus naming it Lü Shi Chunqiu. He even posted the content on cloth banners at the gates of Xianyang, offering a reward of 1,000 gold pieces to anyone who could add or remove even a single word, yet no one was able to do so. As Zhao Zheng grew older, the queen dowager's indiscretions continued unabated. Fearing the potential exposure and the consequences that might fall upon him, Lü Buwei secretly sought a man named Lao Ai, known for his large genitalia, to entertain the court with his unusual ability to rotate a cartwheel using his member, aiming to captivate the queen dowager with this spectacle. Upon hearing about Lao Ai, the queen dowager indeed desired to possess him in secret. Lü Buwei presented Lao Ai to the queen dowager Empress Dowager Zhao, orchestrating a scheme where Lao Ai was falsely accused of a crime that warranted castration. Lü Buwei suggested to Empress Dowager Zhao that Lao Ai could pretend to be castrated, allowing him to serve in the palace. Empress Dowager Zhao then secretly bribed the officials responsible for carrying out castrations, who pretended to punish Lao Ai by removing his beard and posing him as a eunuch, thus enabling him to serve the queen dowager closely. Their secret affair grew, and Empress Dowager Zhao especially favored him. When Empress Dowager Zhao became pregnant, fearing public discovery, she claimed the need to avoid ill omens revealed by divination and moved to a palace in Yong, with Lao Ai accompanying her. Lao Ai received lavish rewards and had significant influence over the queen dowager, amassing thousands of servants and volunteers eager for official positions. In 240 BC, King Zhuangxiang's mother, Empress Dowager Xia, passed away. The queen dowager, Empress Huayang, who was King Xiao's widow, was buried alongside him in Shoulie. Empress Dowager Xia was buried separately to the east of Duyuan, positioning her between her son to the east and her husband to the west, predicting a bustling city would rise nearby within a century. In 238 BC, Buwei was exposed for not being a eunuch and having an illicit relationship with Empress Dowager Zhao, resulting in 2 sons kept hidden. They conspired that if the king died, one of these sons would succeed the throne. The king ordered a thorough investigation, implicating吕不韦. In September of that year, Buwei's entire family was executed, along with the 2 sons born to Empress Dowager Zhao, who was then moved to Yu. The king contemplated executing吕不韦due to his significant contributions and advocacy by his many supporters, sparing him from death. In October 237 BC,吕不韦was stripped of his prime minister position. Following persuasion by Mao Jiao of Qi, the king brought Empress Dowager Zhao back to Xianyang from Yong but exiled吕不韦to his fief in Henan, removing him from the capital. Over a year later, envoys and guests from various feudal lords continuously visited吕不韦, causing the king of Qin to fear a possible rebellion. The king then sent a letter to吕不韦questioning his contributions to Qin and his claim to the title of Zhongfu, without any blood relation to the royal family. He ordered吕不韦and his family to relocate to Shudi. Facing increasing pressure and fearing for his life,吕不韦chose to end his life by drinking poison. With the deaths of吕不韦and Buwei, figures whom the king of Qin deeply resented, he allowed the exiled followers of Buwei to return to the capital.吕不韦, a businessman and a gambler, risked his and his family's future for potential gain in posterity. He gambled on political fortunes with the wealth he had amassed from his ventures, a move that ultimately led to his downfall. His story serves as a reminder of the high stakes involved in ancient political maneuvers and the unpredictable nature of such gambles. Despite his end,吕不韦legacy as a successful gambler among many who wagered and lost is noteworthy. His rise from a merchant to a prominent historical figure, through extraordinary luck and exceptional ability, has ensured his place in history. What are your thoughts on吕不韦life and choices? Let's discuss in the comments, and I'll see you in the next post.